Welcome to Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, an inside look at our friendship, millennial things, sports, and pop culture. Come laugh with us, or maybe at us, and let's be friends.
Friends. Wow, we said that at the same time. We're getting in sync.
That sounds.
Episode 4.
Yes, I feel like maybe we should start to alternate who says hello, welcome back, because we do keep trying to say it at the same time. It's conflict.
Anyway.
Remember, we're recording this on November 1st.
Yes, Halloween was yesterday.
Yes, we both got our brown fall ensembles on for purposes.
For fall, not for Christmas season, because we need to slow down a little bit. I saw too many people putting up their Christmas trees today.
Oh, we're gonna start hot right off.
I'm just not ready for it. I'm just not ready for it yet.
No.
You do you, but it was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't even eat all my candy yet. I just need you to slow down.
Are we wearing brown in solidarity with the turkey?
I don't even like turkey.
Thanksgiving erasure?
I don't even like turkey, so sure.
Nobody really likes turkey, but you have to give the turkey its due. That's what the wonder is.
Gotta get some. It's gotta get some love. I decorate the week before Thanksgiving, so I do jump the gun a little bit, but I at least make it through the month.
Yeah, you know what I just realized? I actually will be putting my Christmas tree up early this year. One, because I live in my apartment by myself and I like to look at it longer because it's pretty and it's not like anybody else sees it, so they can't judge that I have my Christmas tree up early.
You're also going on
it's going to go right here. So the next couple episodes, once I put my tree up, it's going to be behind me for the whole episode. So then people will see it and will be judging.
All right, I love that.
But I need to get it up before Thanksgiving because then I go away the week after. So it needs to be up.
Oh, I might have to get a co-host for that week. Ooh, maybe now me and Alec will take over.
Being friends or being married? What is this podcast? I'm already being replaced. I want everybody to see this on the record.
You're replaced. You're going away.
What if I did it live from the Dominican Republic? It's being friends.
Oh my God. It's like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I know. Well, because we have no guarantee what the Wi-Fi is going to be like, but I can do my side of our podcast from the swim-up bar.
This sounds like a lot of editing on my part.
It's a lot of editing. It's going to be a lot of features of people in the background trying to say their 2 cents about everything.
I wanted to take a sip, but I realized we didn't do what's in your China yet, so then I put it down.
That's okay. All right. I'm just saying maybe we should think about vacations because I think that could be funny if maybe you can take it over either by yourself or the guest host or whoever. But I could come in kind of as a correspondent in the field, being this is what I'm doing this week. And you could edit it in, obviously. We're just gonna be live. It's a podcast, but just a quick 2-minute clip of me at the pool bar, I think would be really funny. What Toni-ann's doing this week. We're doing our podcast planning on air right now. It's fine. It's fine.
We'll think about it. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I have World Series edition China tonight.
Oh, you broke it out. You found it.
With a Kona in it for nostalgic times. Am I okay?
Big wave? Is it the longboard? Which one is it?
Big wave.
I think that's the blue one.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I have
an
espresso martini to keep up with the brown theme. But I feature a different stemless martini glass this time.
A real one?
No. It is the Jose Tejas. I have 3 beans. There it is.
Stop drinking out of bowls.
This is not a bowl. This is legit a cup. This is what they give you sour cream or guacamole in, or the rice and beans. And Jose Tejas.
It's a bowl. It's a bowl. I placed smallware orders back in the day. That would be considered a bowl.
Well, anyway, it's less spillable than the clear saucer. A saucer, that's what you would call it.
That was not a saucer. That was a mixing bowl. You put your ingredients to mix into a cake into that.
No shot you could put any ingredients into a cake that's that small.
No, you use it for like your teaspoon of like all your dry goods, like your teaspoon of salt and your half a teaspoon of like baking powder. Like you put all that stuff in a bowl and then you add it to the flour.
Interesting.
Clearly
I'm gonna just call it a stemless martini glass, obviously.
Okay.
And this is not. This is a Jose Tejas sour cream, which we've talked about my sour cream. That much sour cream would just get me through like 2 fajitas.
I have no words. Anyway, on the topic of Halloween, before we jump the gun on Christmas, I wanted to talk about Halloween costumes of the past.
Oh, of the past? Okay, what was your
your favorite Halloween costume that you ever wore?
I did like, if we're thinking, I'm gonna separate it in my brain from like what my parents did when I grew up to like what I did myself.
Right.
Most people that know me know I don't really like Halloween. I don't like dressing up really. But when we lived together for a couple of years, I had to say my Arthur costume, I was pretty
Oh,
proud.
the Arthur costume was top notch.
Yeah.
I was jealous of that costume.
Yeah. And I recreated like the fist. Like I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was also good because the meme was like big then too.
Exactly.
So you were like on brand.
But I was Cinderella for like 4 years when I was a child. Like that was me.
That was me with like Barbie. I was every type of Barbie there could ever be, and I feel like it's the year of Barbie, so like I can talk about this, but like I was cheerleader Barbie. I was ice skater Barbie. I was literally so many different Barbies because I had like a real Barbie obsession.
Yeah.
So shocked that I didn't make us all Barbies this year because of the movie, but we were Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, and Captain Hook.
I forgot to tell you, I was Tinkerbell for my first Halloween.
This is her second Halloween.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I did not.
Right.
Nice.
And by great minds, I mean you and my mother, because I didn't think I was one.
Yeah. I mean, in addition to Barbie, I was like every single Disney princess that there could ever be. And I was thinking about this because like when I was younger, the lady up the block from us like handmade everyone on our block's costume. It was nuts. So like all my princess dresses were like huge, like real like princess dresses. And my brother was, one year we were Belle and the Beast. His Beast costume was sick. Like it was literal like trousers stitched. He had the vest. Like it was crazy. I wish I had a picture of it. My mom probably does somewhere, but it was a crazy costume. So we had good costumes when we were young. My adulthood, I haven't had. I would say probably my best adult costume was Ariel during Hurricane Sandy, because I had like that dress, like that skirt, and then with like the bandeau that actually looked like seashells.
Yes.
They stole the fork from the calf, and the character.
Hurricane Sandy. What a Halloween that was.
Oh, well, that was just the anniversary too. All of that just came up on time.
I was a girl that year. Very college, basic, boring.
Yes. Yeah.
But
it's all right. It's all right. It did. It did look cute. Listen.
Low effort.
Going on a budget, always. Always. Right. Just like our podcast. But
the fam had a good Halloween. Got lots of candy.
Yeah, she did good. We got candy, so it was worth it. But we need to talk about ridiculous things.
Okay.
Because it took everything in me not to tell you my ridiculous thing while you were here. Okay. So on Saturday, obviously we went out. Everybody doesn't know that, but we got back to my house. Toni-ann had to go back to her house from my house. And she was like, "Oh, can I get a cup of coffee?" And of course, I like go in, I'm like, yeah, and I like go to hit brew. And what's not on? The coffee maker. Because my husband shuts off the coffee maker every single day. He shuts it off. He doesn't leave it on. He shuts that off. He shuts the printer off at night. He shuts like things that perpetually stay on in other people's homes. He shuts off in my home. And I just find it to be so absurd.
He's
Not even
completely
ridiculous, absurd.
to full dad mode because that is a dad thing to do. You got to save the 2 cents of electricity that thing might let out overnight.
Like, I'll never understand. I'll never understand it. Like, my sister wanted to make a cup of coffee a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "Why is your coffee maker broken?" I'm like, "You have to turn it on." Like, no one knows to do that.
My parents
So I almost blurted that out, and I was like, I'm gonna save that as my ridiculous thing this week.
Because not only do you have to wait just to actually, physically turn it on, you gotta wait for the water to heat up. Like, so annoying. If you have it plugged in, it's just ready to go always.
Okay, but it's not actually taking any more energy off the grid than if it was plugged in.
I think it's ridiculous. The only thing I unplug in my home is like the air fryer, but that's just because like I'm always constantly cleaning it between uses.
Right, but an air fryer, like, okay, like maybe that's not an appliance that you use every day. That makes sense.
Oh, I use it every day.
Oh, okay. But regardless, I wouldn't expect that to be like plugged in all the time. Like, my air fryer is my toaster oven, so obviously that's plugged in all the time.
Right next to each other. My toaster oven's plugged in all the time, and my air fryer is not. But I use the air fryer more than the toaster oven, so maybe I need to rethink that. Maybe I should switch them around.
My nose is still itchy from all the pollen and the freaking mushrooms.
Oh, Mushroom Town. We went to Mushroom Capital USA on Saturday.
We did. The botanical garden was gorgeous. Great. If anybody needs anything to do in the tri-state area, highly recommend Longwood. What is it? Longwood.
Yeah. Longwood Gardens.
Gardens. Highly recommend. It was great. But if you're allergic to mushrooms, your nose might be itchy just being in the general area.
That's in the town, not in the gardens. In the town.
Yeah, in the town.
The gardens, if you are bad with pollen, the gardens are obviously a bad
Oh,
idea.
yeah. My allergies were so bad. I should have taken an allergy pill before we went. That was dumb on my part.
If it was a regular fall day, then probably wouldn't have bothered us, but it was an almost 85-degree day on Saturday.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. But it was nice. It was a nice day.
It was a very nice day. We had a very nice time.
Yes.
And not that we're advertising or, again, I feel like we always talk about things, but that Longwood Gardens thing, they have a Christmas thing. It looks very cute.
Oh, right. Oh, wait, I saw a commercial for it, actually. When we got, I was like, I've never heard of this place, and now I'm going to see commercials.
On TV?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've never even heard it mentioned until Melissa told us about it, and we went.
Right.
So, yeah, again, things to do. People are looking for something fun to do.
Do you have anything ridiculous to share?
I don't. Ridiculous. I need to start being better prepared.
It didn't have to happen this week. It should just be anything ridiculous in general.
What happened to me today, and this is, I think, an experience that all females can relate to, or maybe I'm just perpetuating the stereotypes. Yesterday, I was driving around and my tire pressure light went on, and my car's only a year old, so I'm not used to like things going wrong in it, and it threw me off all day. And this is like, a newer car.
Because the temperature dropped so much.
I get that, but then like throughout the day, like as it warmed up, I expected it to go away then, and it was still there, and it was still there.
So you still have to put air in the tire, even if it's just because of the weather.
Anyway, I used to have an old car where once the light went on, you go and you fill up your tires, and then eventually when the air is back to where it should be, the light turns off.
Yeah.
This new fancier computer car that everything is nowadays, it doesn't shut off because they want you to like set the temperature, and then like it's like computerized that if it ever gets below that set, you set it at again, then it goes back on again. So basically the light wouldn't go away because I didn't reset it to proper measurements.
Okay, well, that's weird.
Yeah, and it has a picture on my screen saying, check your tire pressure, and it shows the 4 tires. Every other car I know, it tells you which tire is low. My car, it shows you the 4 tires, but it won't tell you which one is low. What's the point of having this diagram if it won't tell me which one is low? It's just showing me 4 tires.
That's pretty dumb.
Oh, on the way back home today, I stopped at Costco because as a member, you do free air there, which is lovely. And the only other place I know that does free air is Wawa, and there's not really one near me.
And Quick Check. Quick Check's free air too.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
If you have like a Quick Check, like gas station, obviously, not just like the store.
Okay, the Quick Check was right next to Costco. So I just went to Costco, and they measure it and it beeps when it's ready. All the tires seemed fine to me. But it just kept, but then every time I went to go plug it in again, it would go down another 2 numbers. And I'm like, is it high or is it not high? Is it low or is it fine? And I'm sorry, again, not to keep perpetuating stereotypes and it's 2023 and women should be able to do anything. You see me in the Costco parking lot with the long hose going around to all 4 of my tires about 6 times, and not one man comes over and goes, do you need any assistance? Let me be the one to go, how dare you? You don't think I can do this? But ask, is chivalry dead?
The funny thing is that if somebody came up to you, you would literally probably like be like, ew, go away. Like, you don't even want the help.
But it's nice to be asked. So, you men out there, I'm just letting you know, this could be why I'm still single, but you men out there,
Exhibit A.
I'm not even talking about dating right now. I just mean like any older man that just knows how to work tire pressure should have came over to me and been like, do you need some help there, ma'am? Not that we live in the South. It was Bayonne, New Jersey. But I'm like, if anybody can help me out here, the guy that works at Costco, maybe in the tire center, standing there looking at me, come help me. Yes, I could have asked him, but that's embarrassing. I wasn't going to ask. So anyway, I was in the Costco parking lot for 20 minutes, going between 33, 34, 35 PSI. And eventually I was like, I guess this is fine. Hit the set on my car and drove away.
Oh my God.
So if it comes back on again, then I'm definitely going to have to actually ask for help the next time I go to Costco. That was my ridiculous thing.
Am I allowed to ask what something in this shared note is to get us talking about this topic? Because I'm so confused.
Sure.
What is "we are a country"? In quotes.
So this is like, it's like a meme. Like, I don't know if it where it started. I think like Twitter or Instagram, or it could have been TikTok. I don't know. But it reminded me, it's kind of like similar to like, this is my Roman Empire kind of thing. Like, we were a country. It's like thinking back on nostalgic things.
Oh, we
like,
were a country. I thought it said, I don't know what I thought we said.
I think we were a country. And so you've seen that?
No.
Oh,
I've
yeah. So
never
it was
heard of
just
this.
on the internet, like they posted, the thing that came to my mind and what made me write it down was I saw on Twitter that they were bringing back the SpongeBob mac and cheese shapes.
Oh, finally.
So everyone was saying back when these were a thing, like life was so simple. These are what tasted good. These are what made us happy. And somebody like took that and was like, we were a country. And that's what
like
that. Like nostalgic thing makes you think like life was better then. It's basically like we were a country means like
High
life
School
was
Musical
better then.
times.
Hmm?
High School Musical when it came out.
Yes. High School Musical 2, I specifically remember.
It literally said that so like fast. I was like, High School Musical.
We were a country.
We were literally, I got my dad to sit on the couch and watch like the choreographed dance along with us. It was all of us on the couch ready for High School Musical. Like, that didn't happen. Like, it did happen, but it didn't happen that often that I could convince them to watch a Disney movie.
It was specifically High School Musical 2 that like makes me think we were a country, because just think about all the, I think it was the most watched Disney Channel thing like ever premiere, and they just kept cutting, they kept like hyping it up in between episodes and commercials with them all sitting by the pool.
Yes.
And going like, only 30 minutes till High School Musical 2 premieres on the Disney Channel. And
well, just Disney Channel original movies in general, like, why don't they do that anymore? I don't think they have a movie at 8:00 every single night anymore. And that was like a staple in my childhood. Like every night, 8:00, I sat there.
We were a country.
Literally. Like I can literally like, we wanna watch a Disney Channel movie. I used to jump on my mom's bed to when they were jumping through the like reels.
Da, 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 da. Wait, maybe that's a different song I'm thinking of. I don't know. But
It was good then.
that's what I was thinking of. I also saw, and I put it on my Instagram story today, that it's been 24 years since Rocket Power premiered. That was like, what a time.
Yeah, that's mind blowing.
What a time to be alive.
Seriously, these kids don't even know. Instead, they get remakes of all these shows, and they're like, "This is trash. Why did you people like that?"
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I'm like, this is not safe.
Speaking of DComs other than High School Musical, because obviously High School Musical like slapped. And I would take the Cheetah Girls out of that as well. Not like the super popular, but like a real like
Not
DCom.
a franchise.
Yeah, like not a didn't have multiple movies. What was your favorite one?
I wouldn't say favorite, but the one that always sticks out to me the most is the 13th year.
That was a good one.
When the kid turns, he's a merman.
I personally liked Brink and Alley Cat Strike because the kid from the Princess Diaries was in it.
Oh,
and I loved him. Like, as a child, I was like, oh my God, he's so cool. Like, now I'm like, this guy looks like a total loser. Why did I love him?
Also, Cadet Kelly.
Oh, Cadet Kelly also slept.
Because I don't think any kid who watched Cadet Kelly growing up would not, anytime they see a baseball bat, stick, etc. I'm going to use this pen as an example. We go like, and like twist it up in the air and like try to catch it. Like she
Tony,
did.
and you literally did that in college with your bat.
It's all because of our Lord and Savior Hilary Duff, and yeah, and Christy Carlson Romano was in that too. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I don't know. There was a lot of good ones. Halloween Town was on yesterday morning, but I didn't love that one. Because I hate Halloween. Like, I'm afraid of everything. And now I could probably watch it, but like as a child, I could not watch that. I was like, goblins, ghouls? No, thank you. But the one Halloween movie I did like was Under Wraps, when the mummy comes back to life and he's like walking around. I don't know why. I love that one, and I was scared so bad in the beginning of it every single time I watched it, and then I was like, okay, it's past the scary part. I'm good.
Oh, it was like actually like heartwarming.
It was so heartwarming.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, it was fun.
See, that like unlocks.
I know. It unlocks. It's like a vault. It just like you're inside of it. You're like, open this door. Let's go in.
I do think movies like Luck of the Irish could not be made today.
Not at all.
Because
Smart House could not be made today. Because now we have AI.
Smart House is terrifying. That's a movie that scared me.
Okay, but Smart House is terrifying. But this is why I'm afraid of like AI and all those things, because I'm like, Pam, she's gonna come to life.
The robots are closer to taking us over than you realize.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Anyway, I feel like that could tie into like Roman Empire, because like I feel like sometimes I go down those like rabbit holes of like whatever. But I did see, are we like allowed? I don't know if you're allowed to like name influencers on podcast or not. But anyway, I saw an influencer posted, and it was like, people are out here talking about their Roman Empire, but like I have anxiety, so this is. I don't understand how you just narrow it to one random thing that you think about every once in a while, because my entire brain is like this. And I'm like, wow, I feel seen, because when I think about like people's Roman Empire, I'm like, my brain goes back like 17 decades, even though I haven't even been alive for 17 decades. But you know what I mean? Like, I just think of random shit all day long, and I'm like, is that a Roman Empire? I don't really get it.
I mean, I think now that it's becoming like a popular internet thing to say, I feel like it's kind of gotten away from the original meaning. Like, the original meaning was something that you literally think of a million times a day. Whereas now it's kind of just like something that you really could be obsessed with. Like, and it could be a million things.
Right. So I feel like I can't jump on that trend. I didn't understand the trend. Like, and every man that I asked about the Roman Empire, they were like, what are you talking about? So, like, I'm also not fully convinced that all of these men were not lying, that they actually think about the Roman Empire.
I feel like I break the stereotype there, because I think about the Roman Empire only. You know, I'm like a history buff. Like, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
I went to Italy last year, and I was in Rome, and I was like just walking through the Forum.
So it was fresh in your head.
Yeah, but I wanted to go there my whole life because I always was fascinated. I think it started more like in high school, because I took Latin in high school because I was a nerd. And like,
also went to Catholic school, so I feel like that was normal to take Latin.
No, it wasn't. It was like a language choice. Like, most people just took Spanish.
Oh, well, I feel like it's not unheard of that they had Latin though as a choice, because like church used to be in Latin.
Oh, do other Catholic schools have Latin classes? I thought my school was very unique in that matter.
No, I don't know, because I didn't go to Catholic school, but I'm saying I'm not, like, I don't find that surprising, because like I always assumed you had Latin because church used to be done in Latin.
I think it was more because my school was all about being like the highest academic school on the island. So like they touted like, oh, our kids take Latin and they're going to be so prepared for the SATs because of it. I can tell you, most kids in my class did not score well on the SATs. So I don't really think that made a difference.
It didn't work.
People did it. I didn't find it that helpful. You couldn't have just the same amount of help taking Spanish or Italian because all those Romance languages use the same stems. I'm not going to start getting into a whole nerd dissertation. But anyway, half the class, like Latin is like half the language and then half like Roman and Greek mythology. So I feel like I got really into like Roman history then.
Okay, well that makes sense.
And I just love history in general. Like yesterday, my mom came home, found the book, and she said, "Uh-oh."
What did you do? There you
I
are.
moved my camera cord. This is low budget podcasting. You still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My mom brought this home for me yesterday. American trivia.
Oh, you're getting ready for Jeopardy.
And I said, I can't wait. This is getting me so. You literally turn to any page, and it gives you a random fact about any state or any point in time you want. So
interesting.
I found that very cool. So
that is cool. I like that. Oh wait, last week you were gonna start on a topic and then we ran out of time. So what was the topic of choice? It was about the songs, right? You told me to remind you.
Yes, this was a submitted.
But I don't remember like the context in which it was. I just remember it was about songs.
And Kelly, because she wanted to know, because we were on the topic of bringing back to childhood, all that stuff that we've been talking about a lot.
Right, because she thought it was a made up song, right? And we were like, nah, that's a real song.
Oh yeah, what song was it?
It was Hands Up, baby, hands up.
Right. She was saying that she found someone or she saw something online that said that this.
It wasn't a real song. Or they were convinced that it wasn't a real song. And I was like, it's like in every wedding video from the 80s.
So her suggestion for a topic was, what is a song that brings you back to a specific time or event growing up or like any time in your life? Like, what's a song that just brings back to you into an exact moment? I have one already, and she recommended it to me because I told her about it back in the day. But I worked at
I have songs that like remind me of specific things, but I feel like as like an adult, like the one that sticks out to me, like in my brain right now in this moment, is the Cotton Eye Joe, and it reminds me of working at Yankee Stadium because it was like the Cotton Eye Joe would play, and you were like, that means the game's almost over, and then it felt like the game was going on for another 3 years, and now I despise that song.
That's a very hot and cold song to begin with. A lot of people, that's a love-hate relationship.
Right, like it's like you can listen to it every once in a while when you're at a party or whatever, but I quite literally sometimes listen to this 10 days in a row, and I didn't need that in my life, and I don't think anybody needs that in their life, so they should just stop playing it at the game, because you're in the Bronx, you're not in Tennessee, so why are we playing the Cotton Eye Joe? And that's all I have to say about that.
I have 3 songs I thought of when she brought this up to us.
Okay.
The first one was one that she reminded me of because I told her about it. So back in high school, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and anytime I was training or late at night, like when I was cleaning up, and this is a 90s song, so it wasn't popular. I guess it's because they played a lot of KTU on the radio in Dunkin' Donuts. I always hear, you know that song? It's like, you're my dream boy.
Yes, my family's obsessed with that song.
Yeah. And
like my whole family is obsessed with that song. Like, that's a great song.
Yeah. So that always reminds me of Dunkin' Donuts.
On our must playlist at every family party.
That always reminds me of Dunkin' Donuts. Then the song Landslide by the Dixie Chicks, now the Chicks, always reminds me of Vermont because I distinctly remember one day I was in the ski lodge.
You're gonna tell me you were listening on a snow-covered hill too?
I was listening on a snow-covered hill. I didn't choose the song. It was like playing in the lodge. And so it always reminds me of that. And then even older one was Torn. That song Torn always reminds me of growing up in our condos, like at our condo pool. Like I was at the kiddie pool, and it must have just been that summer that song came out, and I just remember distinctly like sitting there. It was like probably like I don't know what year it was. Like I had to be less than 6.
Torn was probably like 1998,
Yeah,
1999.
I'm like 6, 7, and it lying naked on the floor. Like that was always so scandalous to sing. And I distinctly remember always hearing it at the pool. So those are my 3.
That's so interesting.
Songs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now of like other nostalgic, like, so, well, I don't know, like when when we were little, my parents watched this girl. I don't even know how they watched, like why or how it became that they watched her, but they babysat her. My dad worked at night, whatever. Anyway, they were like friends with the parents, and my dad just used to like make us dance to Billy Idol with him in the living room. To like White Wedding and stuff, like to the point where like I told my mom when we were getting married, I was like, yeah, me and Dad are gonna I'm gonna find a slow version of White Wedding, and like that's what I'm gonna walk down the aisle to. My mom was like, no, you are absolutely not doing that. I was like, okay. I didn't do that, obviously, but it was a fun joke. So I guess that's like a song where I can like specifically remember us like dancing in the living room. But I don't know, songs are like weird to me because I don't have like a specific time or place where I listen to them. But there are some songs too, like you said, KTU. I feel like my mom used to always listen to it in a car. So sometimes I'll remember and I'll be like, oh my God, we used to listen to this coming home from Pathmark.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's things like that, but I was just more talking about like my example where it's like we were in a specific place at a specific
time. No. I mean, and all the other times that I listened to Celine in the car, I just think about that one time after the Met game when we were stuck in the parking lot and all 4 of us, me, you, Kelly, and my sister, were singing in the car, not realizing a car next to us was shining the headlights like literally right into the car.
During a full concert.
Watching the entire thing.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. That was actually a good one.
Because I will literally crack up in the car alone anytime that thought hits me while listening to Celine Dion.
Not to turn it depressing, because it's not depressing, but to think back to, I'm going to knock on the wood, but I always think when I'm driving, like when I'm listening to a song, I'm like, what if I got in a car crash at this moment and then this song would be played in my head?
Don't think like that.
Things I think about. Like, I don't want this song to be my car crash song. You ever think of that?
You watch too much television. I think that's the problem.
Because I picture myself, this is so sick. People are going to want to commit me after this. I literally picture myself like hanging upside down in a car, windows broken, and the song's still playing. People say that
again,
happens.
You watch too much television.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of TV, did you finish Suits?
I didn't finish it. I actually got to season like 3, episode 4 or 5, and I'm losing interest, man. It's a hill this season, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Alec literally, like, as soon as he would get home from work after the baby was born, I would be like, quick, Suits on. We were obsessed.
Oh, I just had to take a break from it. I'll get back to it eventually. You know, I always need to finish a show I started, but I took a break from that. I've been.
We actually just watched. There was one season of a spinoff for Jessica Pearson.
Oh.
And we watched that, and I was very aggravated because it was only 10. It was only 10 episodes, which means it probably didn't get renewed for another season. But I was annoyed because it was like finally getting. It like ended on a cliffhanger, and I was like, well, now I want to know like what happened.
Maybe it got messed up because of the strike.
No, it was old, I think. Like, I think it came out around, like, while Suits was going on still.
Oh, okay.
So.
You did it before the show ended?
I don't know. I didn't look at the year, so I don't know if it happened during, like, while the show was going on or after the show ended. I don't remember.
No, I took a break from Suits, and I've been binging The West Wing. Because, as we know, I love American stuff, so.
Wait, I never watched that, but my parents always watched it when I was little, so, like, maybe I should. I've been binging all Bravo shows. I went on maternity leave, and Bravo really, like, came into my life with a vengeance. Like, Scandival happened. I had to know everything that happened. So I watched all 10 seasons of Vanderpump. I've watched all 7 seasons of Summer House, 2 seasons of Winter House. Like and now I'm on Southern Charm, which has 9 seasons, and I'm only on season 2.
I can relate to that though, because it's pop culture. Like, it's TV trash, but everyone talks about it. So you want to watch it so that you can talk to people.
Right, and then I don't want to be like a new person, so I'm like, I have to commit and watch from the beginning.
I always felt that way a little bit about The Bachelor, but then I just always was like, I just don't care.
You would not like it.
As
somebody who has watched The Bachelor for literally since they were in 4th grade, you would hate The Bachelor, and you shouldn't watch it. 1. 2, did you know that Travis Kelce had a dating show called Catching Kelce? I did not know this, and as a super fan of The Bachelor, I don't know how that one slipped under the radar because I watch every dating show.
Was it actually on TV or was it like online?
I don't know. I need to find out, and I need to watch it. Is what needs to happen.
It might have an online thing, like a web series.
Oh, maybe that was when they were trying to make it happen, but it wasn't going to happen.
Right. But yes, I also, if anybody like me does not really like The Bachelor, and again, I'm not hating on it. I just couldn't get into it. You said I probably would hate it because I see through the fakeness. I see through how stupid it is. Like. But I'm not bashing anybody that enjoys it because
honestly, it's gotten so bad as the production team has become like younger people, and like now it's all about like getting endorsements and getting deals. When before social media, it was not like that. So it was much different in the beginning seasons than it is now, obviously.
Yeah, and when I watched this, I probably talked to you about it, but said that you wouldn't like it because you like The Bachelor. But I watched the show called Unreal.
Oh yeah,
for like 3 or 4 seasons. I don't remember what exactly. But if it's about like the producers behind the scenes making things happen, the ugliness that goes with all the contestants, like how they set things up, and things spiral out of control because it's not a documentary in any way. It's like a fake show about the behind the scenes of a show like The Bachelor. Right. So I enjoyed it because I was like, yeah, I know this is definitely exactly what I'm pretty sure that there were several producers from The Bachelor that like what's the word?
Well, there was one major producer on The Bachelor that left maybe 5 years ago at this point. And without him, you could see the huge difference. Like, because I understand what you're saying about like the Unreal show. Like they say like your producer is in there like asking you questions and they're trying to get that emotion. Like if you were talking to your friend and your friend's like, let's go beat his ass, like when someone does you wrong. So they're like enticing it and they're like basically like playing a pawn because they have to make good TV, but like without telling you what to do. Whereas when this guy was in charge, the editing like was more. Now it's like all the drama. Like you watch the contestants more than you watch the dates, which I don't like because it gets to like week 4, like 4 people left, and you're like, I don't know any information about you. How am I supposed to have like a person that I want you to end up with, But that was a good under radar show.
Yes.
Are there any current under radar shows that you're watching?
I'm currently I'm catching up on popular shows. Like I said, I'm watching The West Wing because that was obviously huge when it came out. Mm-hmm. God, Rob Lowe, so attractive. I know we all know this, but that was his prime, man.
Rob Lowe is the hottest, like,
and he looks exactly the same
I've ever seen.
So that's a great show. I'm also finally watching Yellowstone because I don't have Paramount Plus, but now CBS is playing it after 60 Minutes every Sunday. So I'm DVRing it and watching that. So I'm getting into that. And other than that, no, I don't have any under the radar shows right now, but keep an eye out. It's usually new.
Alec and I watched Queen of the South for a long time, and that was pretty good. It was like about a drug cartel, and that was very interesting. And I didn't end up like finishing the series with him. I fell behind, but it is on Netflix. If anybody wants to watch that, that's a good watch and like bingeable.
I could pull up just to round out this TV conversation. Everybody that knows me knows, since I watch so much TV, I have an app that tracks all the new episodes.
Oh yeah, you do.
So no, I mean, I haven't started, like, no, I don't really have anything under the radar right now. Like I said, right now, the things I haven't watched that I need to get to is the new season of Loki, the morning show, Love is
Oh, I never
Blind.
watched that, but I wanted to, the morning show.
If people like fantasy sci-fi, there's actually a pretty good one on Amazon Prime called The Wheel of Time. So if you like, it's kind of like a mix between The Witcher and Game of Thrones. I don't know. It's all right, but I'm into it. And then and then Claim to Fame.
I love Claim to Flame.
Yes.
Got you on it. I was like, how is she not watching this show? This is so up her alley. It's literally a game show about celebrity relatives.
Yes. So that's a good under the radar one for reality if anybody wants to get into a new like competition show.
So fun. And it's like fun to figure out like who they are. And then when you know who they are and nobody else does, it's even funnier.
It's really good, it's like a clue game. Really good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
So
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV Rex of the week.
Well, we're hitting our mark.
This is good. I think we'll cut it here because we like to keep it around the 40-minute mark. I feel like that's been good for us.
Yes. So we'll see you all next week. Keep sharing with friends. And
I'm starting to hear a lot of feedback IRL about this, which I'm really appreciating. But guys, please put it in the comments. Please put it on the YouTube comments.
The YouTube comments, the Instagram comments.
We can see, not just to us, but we love the side comments as well.
Interact with the polls.
Yes. Get our clicks up if you like us.
Yes.
And that's about it. Otherwise,
that's all we have for this week.
Yeah. Thanks for being our friend. Bye.
Hi, friends. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform and share it with your friends. Ratings, reviews, and comments help as well. See you next week. Thanks for being our friend.